take it all in stride. Life, it's good, but it don't always work like we think it should. You're doing better than you thought that you could. So lighten up a little, knock on wood. Now old man Cupid shot your arrow at last. He missed your heart and nailed you in the ass. It bounced right off, hey, it just left a bruise. You know every love song's got a little bit of blues. The dream is still alive, so take it all in stride. Life, hey, it's good, but it don't always work like we think it should. You're doing better than you thought that you could. Lighten up a little, knock on wood. There's ups and downs, ebb and flow. You work it out, make it up as you go. That other mountaintop is looking real fine. It's all yours if you just give it time. The dream is still alive, so take it all in stride. Take it all in stride. You got the fire inside, yeah, yeah. So take it all in stride.
Awesome stuff. Awesome
Thank
stuff.
you.
I really like that.
Thank you.
It's so snappy and jazzy and refreshing. I like.
Thank you
That's
very
good
much.
stuff. Hey everybody, welcome back to Blue Mondays. Another great episode with Dave Laurence, hanging out with me, Hoemaha, and Miss Josie, our lovely producer, and my beautiful wife, hanging out in the control room, pressing buttons and pushing knobs and whatnot, and pushing our buttons and not throwing stuff at us. So it's a win-win.
Making a nice dinner. We appreciate that.
Yes, some wonderful, wonderful smoked brats on the grill. It was good stuff. Hey, today's episode is brought to you by Nissan of Muskogee. If you're looking for something fun to drive or just a reliable car, cheap payments, and something that's going to be great on gas, get down to Nissan of Muskogee and talk to Greg Stout and see what they can do for you. We've had a few friends of ours go down to Nissan of Muskogee and have bought cars and have had great experiences. And it's not just buying cars. Their service department is fantastic for maintenance and tires and wheels and all your general stuff to keep your car running strong all year long. Support local companies who, sorry, it started to get dry right there. But companies who support local music and local community and build everything strong. Go down there and talk to Greg Stout, Nissan of Muskogee. You will not be disappointed. And Josie, if you'll put the number up there, I don't have it memorized by heart. I guess I could look it up in my phone, but I want to make sure it's the right number. Anyway, we got Mr. Dave Laurence hanging out with us today. He's on his way to Kansas City tomorrow to go play some music up there. And I met him, it's been about a year ago, over there at the Atkins Jam, the Scary Larry was doing over there at the Atkins store. That's such a neat little place, too.
Yeah.
I really like it. It was a fun jam. That was the first time I've heard you play music there, and then I followed you around a little bit on the Facebook, and I love your playing style. Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you come from.
Well, I am a Oklahoma transplant, if you will. I've been here about 30 years or so I would say the transplant's taken at this point. I was born and raised in Portland, Maine, which means if I was any more Yankee, I would be Canadian. But I migrated here I started out doing the high school garage band thing back in the late 70s, as a lot of us did. I started doing the solo acoustic thing off and on back about 1987.
Okay.
Had a couple of stops on Boston, Providence before I migrated south, and that was a family thing.
I can really hear the Boston in your
I
voice.
like to park the car and have a beer, okay? But my older brother, this is all his fault. Okay, he was a career Air Force and a tinker in Oklahoma City. Was
Okay.
his last stop before he got out. And my parents retired in about 1990 and decided that they wanted to come to Oklahoma and watch the grandkids grow up. Everyone else in the family followed except me, and that included I had a younger brother who passed untimely at a young age. And when that
Oh.
happened, I decided I had better probably be a little closer to mom and dad than I am. And so I packed up my traps and showed up here about the end of 1995 in an old beat up Pontiac with a couple of $100 in my pocket and about four albums worth of original material that pretty much sucked. But so there was only one direction to go. But the transplant's taken. I don't really see me picking up and going anywhere else at this point. I have had the privilege to become involved with several different musical communities in the state. A lot of them, of course, close to Oklahoma City, where I live. But
It's such a crossroads here in Oklahoma. I've met more people from Barstow, California here than I have from Barstow anywhere else. And but I've met people from all over the world coming through Oklahoma, musicians and non-musicians alike. But a lot of musicians, the music scene, it's kind of a melting pot where everything kind of flows through and to.
it really is. And the best thing I can say about the Oklahoma music scene in general, whether it's OKC, Tulsa, Lawton for a while, pretty much any place that I've ever had the privilege of hanging out since I've been here, is that there is a sense of community as opposed to competition.
Yes.
I'm going to try not to go off on a soapbox here, but you and I both came up in an era where if you wanted to get and play any place outside of your garage, there was a battle of the bands.
Right.
Remember those? And all of us that should have been working together ended up hating each other, and then the promoter made off with all $10 there was to be made. But we've all grown up, and that scene and the mindset has changed considerably. And I've noticed that probably more here in Oklahoma than any place else that I've had the opportunity to pack my traps and play,
Right.
and it keeps us all grounded. It keeps us all on our toes because it's not competition, but when I see at my age, I've been I'm at the point where I'm starting to have a few younger musicians who look up to me a little bit. I'm not certain that I deserve that, but it is what it is. And when I see them doing well, see them going out and getting shows, seeing their songwriting improve, it's like I need to step up my game here.
Right.
But more important than that, it's knowing that this music culture that we've established in Oklahoma. I can't take credit for that. I'm just a small part of it. But the music culture that is here. We're getting it enhanced for future generations, and from what I've seen, it's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, it's a great. So many talented musicians from all genres of music. From the Gap Band to, Garth Brooks and just all around.
Garth, I played at Willie's in Stillwater last night, so
Oh, nice,
they
nice.
still got the plaque next to the stage that says Garth Brooks started here.
Right. Yeah, there's so many genres of music. There's such great, like up in the Tahlequah area. Yeah, that's like jam band and college jam band and singer songwriter type stuff. A lot of that out of there, out of Muskogee. You see a lot of rock and blues. In Tulsa, it's a lot of rock, and you get towards Oklahoma City, a lot of country, and you know. But a lot of singer songwriter stuff everywhere, and I really like that.
Yeah.
It's a whole new thing for me.
And that's one cool thing about being in Oklahoma City. It's a good central location. You mentioned that I'm going to Kansas City tomorrow. I'm going out to Little Rock and Nashville a little bit later this month, just because I can. But Oklahoma City is a good central base of operations. I still get back to my home on the East Coast every few years. Um, I'm planning a trip out to the Rockies in September. I've got a few
Oh,
things
nice.
lined up in New Mexico, Colorado, and one out in Wyoming. So that'll be
It's a nice,
we'll
fun
see if
drive
I
up
can
I
handle the
25.
altitude. But but again, it's because Oklahoma City is a really good central place to be.
Do you know Jim Madsen out there?
Um, I have not met. I'm glad you mentioned him, and I don't. I'm not saying this because he's probably watching, but as you all know, the folks here at Blue Mondays are blues is their first thing, and they've stepped out and done a whole lot of stuff with bringing people like me and but with Jim's group I don't know if we've met. I don't know if I've ever seen him live, but I've got an awful lot of respect for him because what he does with the
Yeah,
blues, if you don't follow him on social
Jim
media.
Madsen.
Yes. Every so often, like every other day, it seems like it's not just about him and his band. He's educating people on the blues, and he's bringing up
Oh yeah,
birthdays and biographies. And it's not just the big names that you would expect everybody to know. He digs deep and
that's where you get your hometown
gives you
heroes.
little exactly. And Jim, if you're watching, props to you, and if you're not watching, props to you.
I like Jim. He's always sending us stuff looking for wanting to get blues bands, and he puts out that wonderful newsletter every week.
Yes.
On a history, and I love going in and looking at it. It's so deep cut blues, and so my experience with music here started out with the blues scene with Selby. And getting to meet all these wonderful people and her scene of music and all these wonderful people. We would have, Harry Williams come out and play drums for us, and he was Ike and Tina Turner's drummer for a
Yeah.
while, and it's like, is this happening? You never know who you're gonna get to play music with out here, whether it's red dirt country and blues or gospel or any kind of music. It's like a big hug.
Yeah. Two things are guaranteed. Number one, it's going to be good. Number two, it's going to be fun.
Yes, always fun. I do love that. Speaking of music, though, let's hear another
All
song.
right.
What do you got for
I'm going to
us?
go back to my first album, which I put out in 2012 called Every Lonesome Road, which in with the benefit of 2020 hindsight, it should never have been released. But once it's on the internet, there it is. So I've got a few songs from that record that I still play from time to time. We talked about my original home base in New England. Here's a short little song about being homesick for New England in the fall. And I guess that if you grew up there, this is part of your DNA. But if you ever get the chance to go do it, this is called As the Crow Flies. November, there's a chill in the air. Take me back to a place I know where. Leaves turn to color before they go brown. The air is so quiet, you hear them fall down. It isn't so far from this dirty old town, and its cries as the crow flies. Remember all the friends left behind. They're right here in the scrapbook of mine. Pictures of children at play on the lawn. Some of them stayed and others moved on. Soon they'll have children all grown up and gone from their eyes as the crow flies. A time like the crow only flies forward, circles around, but she always moves on. Time is a thief, and given the chance would steal everything that you love. November, feel the winter come on. Take me back for the in life I call mine, to strengthen the bonds that have weakened with time, to look back and laugh as I grow older and wise, as the crow flies, as the crow flies, as the crow flies.
Beautiful, man. Oh, I love it.
Thank you.
It's nice. It really is. Tell me a little bit about this guitar you're playing.
Okay. This is it's not trigger. It's starting to lean in that direction a little bit. If you can pan over to that camera on the far left, I can give you a little better look at that.
I don't think that camera works, but I
Well,
can do
then-
one better.
All right, that'll work. This is a Simon and Patrick, which is a sister to Seagull. This is made by the Godin conglomerate in Canada, and I found this at a Horn Trader Music in Oklahoma City in
Oh, wow.
1998.
Switch over to my cam, Josie, please and thank you.
Oh, okay. This is all live, folks, in case you didn't know that. We're figuring this out on the fly here. But, yeah, Simon and Patrick. This is Godin. They make Seagull, and they make the Godin, and they have 3 or 4 other brands. And I've never picked up a Godin product that I haven't wanted to take home. In fact,
same.
the other guitar, I have another Seagull, which I'll be playing a little bit on a little bit later tonight. But I'd never heard of this before I walked in. I had been saving up my money for that summer because I needed to get a legitimate guitar. And I walked into there and I just said, look, I'm gonna spend some time in your store. Bear with me. I promise you, I'm gonna drop a wad of cash on your counter when I walk out. They were all for that, and I picked up this. And again, I just basically went up and down the rack trying stuff. And I had this in my hand about 15 seconds, and it just felt like it belonged to me. And we have all sorts of advocates for brands of guitar. I respect C.F. Martin. I respect Taylor, and there are people whose sounds those are really good for, and they're certainly awesome guitars. I love Cadillacs, but I can't afford the insurance, so I was a Pontiac guy. Okay, and this has just been. It didn't look nearly this beat up in 1998. It's come by all these scratches, honestly, and I don't know.
It shows love.
It's there's a lot of love in this. I've written most of my songs on this guitar, but the reason I picked up that Seagull is because I'm not sure how much longer Simon's going to be able to stay out on the road. I don't have Willie's guitar techs who can take trigger and put him back together again.
Right.
This guitar will probably be on the altar at my funeral. That's how I feel about it. But when the time comes that I can't take him on the road anymore, that's going to graduate and be my main act. So I've started working him in. I also have a nice resonator guitar that I just acquired that I like
nice.
to pull out for certain studio situations, and that's going to become a little bit more involved in my writing and all that sort of thing. I'm just you're never too old to try different stuff.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. I played a bell brass resonator guitar that my Uncle Tom brought up to Colorado one year when I was living out there. And it was like playing the Liberty Bell, it weighed, 110 pounds or so.
Yeah,
it made a good weapon if you needed it, but it was
if you can swing it.
right. Yeah, throw your back out. Okay, ow. But yeah, it sounded beautiful. I love those resonator guitars. I want to give some shout outs real quick. Dolores McFarland is giving us clapping emojis here. She really liked that last song.
Thank you.
Miss Sherry Barnes says, saw Dave at the Canebrake last summer. Great songwriter and performer. Thank you for that, Sherry. Greg Lawson, how you doing out there, Clutch? Good to see you, Dolores. Thanks for hanging out with us. Like and share with your friends. We're kind of winging it today with the. Oh yeah, I ain't got my camera facing me because Josie hadn't changed the camera yet.
All good. Also, for those of you who are regular subscribers and supporters here to Blue Mondays, thank you for tuning in tonight. I've made some effort to let my people know that was going on, and if any of you were tuned in because I happen to be the person who's here tonight, do us all a solid. Do the like, subscribe, follow these guys. If you haven't heard me preach it for the last week, these folks do an awesome job of supporting not only the blues but all kind of music out here in eastern Oklahoma and beyond. There's a lot of great musicians out here, and there aren't a lot of places to play, unfortunately. So they're stepping in and doing what they can to help
We're trying to
some
find
of our
ways to.
friends get exposure. So if you
Yes.
haven't, please do the like, follow, subscribe. Let's keep this thing going. And thank you for being with us tonight.
And
We all appreciate
Where
that.
can people like and follow and subscribe you at online?
Okay.
The
I have a couple of different handles. Basically, everything goes back to the website, davelawrence.com. That's Lawrence with a U. I am French after all. Usually, if I'm not in a studio, if I'm not in a studio situation, if you see me live most of the time, I am wearing this hat. It's even incorporated into my logo. But if you have a hard time remembering the spelling, I simply turn the hat sideways in Francais because LAU is a French spelling on that. But there's a QR code there. Yes, thank you. There's a QR code
switch
there.
over to my camera real quick.
It's there. If you see anything with the hashtag fun acoustic music, I'm probably attached to that more likely than not. There is a QR code on the homepage of my website that goes to everything, all my socials, my EPK, if you're interested in booking me, hello, thank you very much. All the music that's available and online. My stuff streams in most places where you get it, and probably in some places that you don't. But I'm old school in that regard. I do maintain this Facebook, of course. I have an Instagram page as well. That's Dave Writes Songs. That one's easy. My YouTube handle is also Dave Writes Songs, but I don't go any further into social media than that for various reasons that we
Right.
won't discuss on a family show. But
Yeah, it's I look at it as kind of a necessary.
exactly, yeah.
We have to be out there on the social media so people can see us because, sometimes we just can't get out. I come in the studio and sometimes just hit the live button and I use my looper and I just and just work on stuff and try to come up with stuff on the fly just to entertain the folks out there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's doing what I can to just try to play music at any given time, even if it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I have that. I'm lucky enough to have that.
Yes.
To be able to do it, and I want
And neighbors who don't mind either.
right headphones. Thankfully, when we have practice nights, we have the drums, but that's all the neighbors hear is the drums.
Yes.
Everything else is quiet because of the headphone mix. It makes it really nice. Let's see. Let's do another song.
Okay.
Let's talk a little bit.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to plug my latest
Yes,
record.
yes.
This is my newest release. It came out about 6 months ago. I don't know how well this is showing up on the cameras here. The album is called It's Shining in the Spotlight. Now, the album's called Chrome On. If you just take that over to your camera and show, that would be great. I'd appreciate that. The album's called Chrome on the Range. All original songs, save for one tune that I co-wrote with my friend Jonathan Marshall, who you can also see up at places in Tahlequah, and he gets around and he's doing some good work. That's the latest record. I'm gonna play one for you right now off that. We mentioned family show, and this is definitely family, but it pushes the boundaries a little bit, and this is family friendly, so your kids are welcome to stay, and in fact, I hope they are. But just to go down that road for a second, I write about real life, and real life is not G-rated, but I do my best to keep it PG-13 because that's just who I am. But I will never tell you that you won't hear a stray word at one of my shows, but I can promise you that you can bring your 11-year-old daughter to one of my shows and not have to worry about spending the drive home having awkward conversations because this is for now. With that, the reason I said that is that in order to keep this song family friendly, I had to change one line into Latin. Song off the new record. This is a song about a one night stand, or to be a little more specific, what would happen if you ran into this person years later and only one of you remembered it? Oh yeah, I play this song in college towns and everybody goes nuts. But preaching to the anyway, you'll figure out the Latin part when it comes along, and if I may have to explain that to you, or actually a couple months ago I was doing a show in Texas and a couple guys came up to me and said, "We know Latin." But enough talking, I'll play the song. This is called Extra. It's off the new record. She came up to me after the show with a smile on her face and her two boys in tow. Gave me a hug and said, "What do you know? It's so good to see you again." I must have looked so incredibly dumb. I knew her face, but the name wouldn't come. I knew her, but not where from. So I asked her how she'd been. And then it hit me, we were both young and finding our way when we first met on that cold winter day. She said she'd wait 'cause my band had to play, and the sky began to snow. We got acquainted on a cold back seat with the motor and me trying to make some heat. The flesh was willing and the spirit was weak, and that's all you need to know. There's no regrets, so won't start now. In spite of ourselves, we grew up somehow. Sometimes the past makes you raise up your brow. Sometimes you just say, wow. No wrong or right and no disconnect. Just one lost night from a youth misspent. She's not my ex. She was just an extra. Well, I know how bad that makes me sound, like all I ever did was fool around. It's true I came down from higher ground, but there's more than meets the eye. Well, I remember now what happened that day. Love of her life had just walked away. I was naive, didn't know what to say, so I told her not to cry. And then she kissed me, she took my hand. We fell on the sword in Perry Delicto in the back of her Ford. We touched for a moment and her faith was restored. It was time for me to go. Well, it all came back in the blink of an eye, but there was no time to ask her why. She blew a kiss and she waved goodbye, and that's all I need to know. There's no regrets, so won't start now. In spite of ourselves, we grew up somehow. Sometimes the past makes you raise up your brow, and sometimes you just say, wow. No wrong or right and no disconnect. Just one lost night from a youth misspent. I'm not her ex. I was just an extra. Now sometimes all you need is a little bit extra.
That's good stuff, man.
Thank you.
I like a good song with a good play on words.
Now, for those who don't know Latin, in Perry Delicto, which sounds worse than it actually is. Um, it's a Latin phrase that means equally guilty under the law. It's the only thing I remember from the business law course I took in college, and I've been trying to sneak that line into a song for 30 years, and I finally.
Good job on that. Good job on that.
Thank you. Just heads up to the production team. I'm going to swap out guitars here, and we're going
Okay.
to do the other one.
While you do that, I'm going to go
whatever.
ahead and talk about our wonderful sponsor,
Oh yeah,
Nissan of
then I'm
Muskogee.
okay. That thank you for reminding me. Talk about our wonderful sponsor, and I'll play one more on this guitar. For you.
Okay. Again, everybody, we are sponsored by Nissan of Muskogee, and we are proudly sponsored by Nissan of Muskogee. Give Greg Stout a call. Go down there, buy a car. Ask our buddy Clutch. He went and bought a car there recently. He said he was in and out within, probably an hour and a half. I went and bought a car recently, and we spent 4 hours doing the unnecessary back and forth and getting up and going and talking to somebody and talking to somebody. And we finally got one, but it was, there's so many other fun things I think I could go through and enjoy. But whether you're looking for a reliable ride or something fun to drive, or, something to get down to the grocery store and back, and if your kid just turned 16, hey, get them a graduation present. Why not? And, but give Greg Stout a call down there at Nissan of Muskogee, and he'll give you a great deal. I guarantee it. Go down there and get you a cup of coffee. They got some of the best dang new car coffee out there, and we drink it out of these cups. We're going to get more of these coming in pretty soon. Thank you again for hanging out and watching with us, everybody. We're glad you're here. Mr. Jason Chandler, how are you doing, sir? I can't wait. We need to get together soon and hang out. Gene Bell, thank you. Says he loves the show. We'd like to get you out here too, Gene. Anyway, we're going to get back to the show. Where were you going to go with this one more song on the guitar?
Okay. This has for those of you who are not familiar with me, this has become more or less my signature song. It's not the one I necessarily would have chosen, but at my age and at this point in my career, I'm just grateful that anyone even thinks I have a signature song. So, now this is another song off my first record. This is a true story that happened in Muskogee, Oklahoma back in 1998. When I migrated here from New England all those years ago, one of my first jobs was that I used to drive a liquor truck in the daytime to feed my musician habit at night. And one morning, me and my truck were parked outside a liquor store up in Muskogee. I'm just waiting for the owner to show up and take his delivery. And out from around the corner of the building, this wino just pops out. I don't know how he was so alert at 7:30 in the morning, but he jumped up on the door of my truck and started telling me his life story like he'd known me forever. I was a little startled at first, but as soon as I figured out he was harmless, I started taking notes. And that led to this song, which has made me a couple of dollars over the years. And I'm fond of telling everybody that I co-wrote this with a wino, and that's the story behind that. But this is a true story. It did happen in Muskogee. And so for better or worse, this is what people seem to remember me for, and I guess it could be worse. Anyway, this is a song called I Never Drink Before 10. My mama raised us on the welfare, my 7 brothers and me. Never been outside these city limits, there's nothing there I want to see. I make my living at the bus stop by playing on your sympathy. Every night I write a new sob story. Every day I drink for free. Now you see me every morning, I'm standing in line. When the door opens, I'm gonna get mine, because I am an upstanding citizen. I never drink before 10. That's when the liquor store opens, my friend. I'll get my pint, go back to work, and then I'll play on your emotion while I drink down my potion. Tomorrow I'll be back again. Yeah, that's what he said. You just can't make this stuff up, guys. People don't think I'm educated, but boy, I got my degree. Studied nights down at the Greyhound City College, my master of psychology. I can turn your pockets inside out with every word that I say. Got a chicken in my pot and a pint on the spot, yeah, that's the American way. Now I'll cash my welfare check and pay my rent on time. After all of that, I haven't got a dime, but I am an upstanding citizen. I never drink before 10. That's when the liquor store opens, my friend. I'll get my pint, go back to work, and then I'll play on your emotion while I drink down my potion. Tomorrow I'll be back again. Between the Greyhound and the night train, my life is complete. But the nights are getting colder, and I need something to eat. So today I think I'll take a shower and show the man behind the myth. If I make an extra buck or two, well, hey, I'll spring for a fifth. 'Cause I am an upstanding citizen, yes I am. I never drink before 10, that's right. That's when the liquor store opens, my friend. Well, I'll get my pint, go back to work, and then I'll play on your emotion while I drink down my potion. Tomorrow I'll be back again. See you then.
Yeah.
Thank you. No matter how many stories we all make up as songwriters, truth is always stranger than fiction.
That's some great songwriting there. I really like your playing style, your choice of chords and your chord progression, your playing style. It's fascinating. Tell me a little bit about that. Where's that come from?
Well, I started doing the solo acoustic thing back about 1987. And when I started out, I had one guitar. It was an old Galliano 12 string, I think. And if I'd known what it was been worth, I would have kept it and not lost it in a pawn shop in Boston some years ago.
I feel that.
But, I had been a bass player for most of 10 years up to that point. And when I started this thing out, no one took me seriously. I mean, I spent a couple of years just like, why is the bass player hanging around playing a 12-string guitar? And it took a while for people to adjust for the fact that I was doing more than playing bass. And I just picked up some of these chords just because I wanted to try to sound a little bit different than other people. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's necessarily that I'm any more talented than anybody else. It's just something that I've worked at just to try to create my own sound, just to try to be unique and to be a little bit different. Because let's face it, when it comes to singer-songwriters, there's, I don't know, 75, 100,000 of us out here all kind of doing our own thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. We've all got our little niche. And I think that's helped me to find mine a little bit. I don't want to play 20,000 seat arenas. I mean, I never did play a 20,000 seat arena, but that desire left me when I was about 25.
Right.
And it's all about keeping it real. I play closer to 20 or 200 than I do to 20,000 anymore. But with the kind of music that that I do, and with the writing, what really drives that, what makes it work, is the intimacy and the connection that you have with live people, and that's another. If you've have bothered to follow my social media, and I appreciate that if you do, but you'll notice that my follower count is nowhere near star status. I'm still in just triple digits on all of them, and I'm okay with that because what good is having 100,000 followers if you don't really connect with any of them?
Right.
And I'd rather have you come see me in a coffee house or a listening room or a brew pub, and let my music speak to you. Let me connect with you. I mean, speaking for myself, that's the reason I'm still out here doing this. And I think there are a lot of singer songwriters who would at least think parallel to that. And because what we do, I mean, yeah, if I was able to conjure up a hit song to see me through my golden years, that would be awesome. But that's not, it's about loving what we do and making the connection with you folks, and that's what keeps me going. And a lot of us who do the singer songwriter thing, it's all about that. And it's just it's it's music, it's live music, but at the same time, it's a little bit different world. I don't sit in bars and have people yell "Freebird" at me anymore.
Right.
I mean, now, having said that, if you're a bar owner and you like what I do and you call me first, I'm willing to talk to you. But 49 years, I'm just blessed to have the longevity, first of all. But at this point, I'm going to I'm pretty much going to do what I want for the rest of
Right.
whatever.
I feel that was playing music. I don't, whether it's you're playing in front of two people or 200 people or 2,000 people or whatever. I get more nervous when there's less people because then I feel like, oh, those three people are staring at me, and that's not a good stare, huh? You know?
Well, on the other hand, at least they're paying attention.
Right, right. That is true. Coffee shop gigs and things of that nature, I think, are kind of cool. It's not really loud. You can have a conversation with the person next to you if you're a listener, and that's one thing that, as I get older as a musician, I find myself wanting earplugs more often to
Hmm.
save my hearing, and to you're being loud. To save my hearing for future use, because I notice it's going away as I get older, with my vision as well. I'm going to be blind and deaf by the time I'm 70, probably. But it's I like to be able to conversate if I go to a bar. I don't want to. I saw Kansas in Tucson back in '96 or '97,
Hmm.
and it was a bar. It was Kansas, and it wasn't a big bar, but it was an all right sized bar. And they brought all their stadium gear with them, and I was right up front. And it was
Oh,
it was the loudest concert I'd ever been to, and I've been to a lot of concerts, and that was the loudest. It was so loud I didn't enjoy it, and I don't want to go somewhere and hear a bunch of where it's too loud, head ringing for 2 days, and then I can enjoy singer songwriter
yeah.
stuff. I went up to the Music Hall of Fame in Muskogee
Mm,
last year. There was a big singer songwriter uh, group up there, and there's probably six of them up there, and they were just doing the round robin.
yeah.
But you could conversate as well and hear everything off the stage, and just I liked that so much.
Yeah.
Sorry for my rant.
Oh no, that's okay. And I am. Ooh, I'm sorry. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Is that Open D by chance?
It is actually. Yeah,
That's my favorite tuning. I keep my Martin tuned in Open D.
yeah. I don't have any of this in the monitor, by the way.
You do not. Jiggle the handle.
It's not the first time in my life I've heard that.
I'm not hearing the music.
All right. So this is live, folks, and sometimes this stuff happens when we're live. But I want to oh,
Ain't got no gas.
there we go.
There we go. That sounds
That's better. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify one of my previous remarks that I didn't mean it this way, but I hope when I said that when I said I don't sit in bars and play Freebird anymore, I hope that didn't come across as arrogant or anything. That certainly wasn't how I meant that. But I had a life experience that kind of contributed to that. Um, sort of deal. And I've tried not to make a big deal out of this any more than it's been on my social media in the last year, but it is a legitimate part of my story. Um, January of 2025 was sitting actually sitting at JJ's Alley in Oklahoma City. I was getting ready to play on an open mic night. Somebody told me a really bad joke, and praise be to God, I don't remember the joke. I don't remember what it was. But I laughed and I blacked out.
Oh no.
And I landed face down on a concrete bar floor. Um, I'll try to make a long story short here. Among the other things that happened to me during that fall was a spinal cord contusion. And I was told later
no.
that if that contusion had been 4 centimeters lower, I would have died on the spot. Wow. And so I'm lying there with blood coming out my nose. I can't feel my hands. I'm like, get me up, man. I got to play. And no, that led to surgery and 10 weeks of rehab. And, I think that, and again, I'm not looking for pity or anything like that. That's not why I brought it up. But it did kind of change the trajectory of whatever the rest of my career is going to be. Because when you go through something like that, it's just like, okay, it's my time. I've whatever dues I'm going to pay, I've paid them, and if I'm going to continue to do this, I'm going to do this for me and just hope other people like it. And I don't think that's arrogant. I hope
not
certainly,
at all.
but that's but
Free bird.
I knew he was going to do that. Okay. Oh, I need to go to Dadgad for this one. I'm sorry.
The cashmere tuning.
I knew this chord didn't sound right. So this is a newer song I've not yet recorded. Just to tie that whole story together, the reason I brought it up is that a coping mechanism for me with regard to that whole incident was that once a proper, respectful amount of time had passed, I felt the need to make light of it. And so I wrote a song about my guardian angel.
Beautiful.
That poor, miserable woman. My guardian angel buries her face in her hands. She's trying to save me, but I've got other plans. When I can't get out of my own way, she swoops right in and saves the day. My guardian angel thinks that she's seen it all, but she turns her head and I find new ways to fall. When she chose me, she knew it was for good. She can't leave now, but she wishes she could. But I keep on going. Had no way of knowing I made her cry. She says if I don't stop, someday she's gonna drop me and I'll fry. My guardian angel taught me that I can't dance. While I was laid out in the back of an ambulance, she said, hey boy, now you're in a jam. Do I have your attention? I said, yes, ma'am. My guardian angel laid it on the line. Said you live like a cat, but you're down to number 9. Well, I've done everything that I can do. How the story ends, boy, that's up to you. We've got an understanding. I won't be so demanding, at least I'll try. Secret to surviving. Don't be flying faster than she can fly.
Good stuff.
That's a new one. Thank you.
I like that.
Not 100% in tune here, but it's humid. It's Oklahoma. It's
is.
June, and we're live. So I'll work on that for a second before.
Yeah, I tuned all my guitars before a gig. When we got there before the gig, and got everything set up on my guitar stands and whatnot. Went and did some things, found something to eat. We had like 30 minutes to kill. Come back, and everything was out of tune by a half step because of the humidity. It was brutal. It's a wet outside.
If I'm playing somewhere on a night where the weather forecast is questionable, I know how close the storm is by how fast the guitars go out of tune. Anyway.
So do you play in a lot of alternate tunings?
Just a few. Open D was how it got started, and I got involved with that back about 2013. I started listening to guys like David Wilcox.
Okay.
And I picked up a couple of his songs, Rusty Old American Dream, Eye of the Hurricane, some of his early stuff. So I do play covers occasionally. There won't be any tonight, but I'm not totally averse to that. And then I started to incorporate that into some of my writing. My first attempts at that showed up on a few songs on the Analog Soul album back in 2015. And I went from there. I'm in Dadgad right now. I do a few things, and there's a couple of songs that I do in open G. One of them's on the new record. It's called Old Cars, and that's kind of more or less the theme of that whole album. And I've started, one of the reasons I went out and acquired that resonator recently is to kind of expound upon that. Kind of I don't know, I don't want to say my name in the same breath as Mark Knopfler, but his solo stuff, Post Dire Straits,
right,
incredible. I mean, you don't have to say anything about his guitar playing because everybody knows about that.
Yeah.
But what an incredible songwriter!
Oh,
and he tells stories. Never mind playing guitar like Mark Knopfler. If I could write songs like he does, then. And so there's a little bit of that influence in it as well. And it's just something that and it's not. I'm not going to like do every song I ever write like that, but it's part of what keeps things fresh as we get older is being willing to take a chance and expand out and try different things.
Try something different.
If they don't work, that's fine. Don't be afraid to try them. You know.
Right. You will fail every time you don't try.
Exactly.
You know, it's like it's always no unless you ask, and maybe someday somebody will just reach over and give me $1 million, but you know, it may or may not happen. There's a good chance of it in the universe, and there's also not a good chance. But,
yeah,
you know,
for sure.
I will take that chance. I want to read our calendar real quick. We do this every time of every show for upcoming shows. Speaking of upcoming shows, you're on your way up to Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Where can people find you at up there?
It's going to be a one-night thing. I'm actually going to be in Blue Springs, which is an eastern suburb of Kansas City. It's called East 40 Brewing. It's actually an open mic night up there, but it kicks off early. It's about 6 o'clock up there, and that is an awesome little place. Great beer, good food, and it's a small town. There's like a little railroad track that runs right next to the venue. It's like 20 minutes from downtown Kansas City, but if you didn't know that, you'd never suspect it. Oh, wow. And I'd gone up there earlier this year to just to kind of get a lay of the land and see what was up there. And I'm working on maybe getting booked up there at some point. We'll see.
Nice.
But I figured as long as I was coming all the way out here from Oklahoma City, I'm already halfway to Kansas City.
Yeah.
So I'm just I'm gonna go back to the hotel in Salisaw after the show, and I'll drive up to Kansas City tomorrow morning, and we'll do that.
Nice.
But that's a one night thing. Now coming back on Wednesday. I'm coming back through Bartlesville, Oklahoma. This is another open mic night. It's Cooper and Mill Brewing, and they have really started to bring the music. See, there's always been a little bit of stuff going on in
Yeah.
Bartlesville. I've been in Oklahoma for 30 years, and I never played there until a couple of months ago.
Oh,
I
cool.
happened to go up, and we hit it off right away. Over the course of the next few weeks, they had actually booked me for several regular shows. I'll be doing a Sunday afternoon up there on June 28th, but just as a just basically to show my appreciation, I'm going to swing back through and hit their open mic
Oh,
Wednesday night
cool.
on the way back from Oklahoma City.
Nice. We'll have to send
And
some people up there. I'd like to go check
yeah,
that out.
yeah.
I hear
And
they got a great music store up there in Bartlesville, or at least used to.
I'm sure they do. I haven't been there yet, but and I'm going to be at least this month. I'm kind of all over the place. I am third week. Going out to Little Rock for a night. I'm going to hang in Nashville for a couple of days just because I can. July and August I'm going to lay back a little bit because um, I'm I'm older and I need to do that. My mind's still 17, but it keeps taking. And but again, part of the thing that goes back to that accident is that part of my mindset now is that if I stop, I'm going to stop, and I'm not ready to stop. But I
Right.
probably need to slow down a little bit. I've actually got a week in July blocked off where I'm not booking any gigs, and I'm going to force myself to take a week off and get my rest back up.
Drive
So,
down to the ocean and get in some of that beautiful salt water.
oh yeah,
Look,
I guess Galveston's the closest one from
yep,
here.
that's it. This Sunday, or not Sunday, this Saturday, we have Mr. Hall of Fame inductee, Mr. John White, coming down. He's going to play some music with us. We'll get to hear his story a little bit. Then we got Mr. Mike Carter coming up Monday on the 8th. He's coming up from McAllister. That's going to be a great show. He was introduced to Blue Mondays by some other friends of ours down there in the area, Bebo and Connor Adcock. And let's see. And then on the 13th, we got Homer and Stretch coming down. That's not for a pre-record show, but I'm going to hit the record button when they're not looking. And then we got Mr. Evan Clayberg, who just did the DC and Selby Menor documentary at the Circle Cinema last month. He's going to come down on the 15th. We're going to talk about that. And he's also a guitar player, so I'm going to talk him into playing some music with me. And then we got Mr. Tony Corbell and Chase Prince from the Muskogee, from the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame, coming down to talk about more stuff happening at the Hall of Fame and opening in more details and when they're going to be done with that $2 million renovation. From what I hear, and I can't really do anything, give any information on that, but you stick around a couple more weeks and you'll get to hear all about it. That's the show we're going to put on the 21st. And let's see. And then I got Mr. Robert Glass and his band coming down on the 27th. He's all the way from Kansas, Oklahoma, right there on the border of Kansas and Oklahoma. That's going to be a long drive. And then we got Mr. Brett Fitzgerald, a.k.a. The Professor. He's going to be down here on the 29th of June. And let's see. And let me get to July here. Let's see. I got the 6th open if you want to get in touch with me, and we'll try to fill that up. It'll go fast, but you know how to get a hold of me, 918-552-8651. We got Mr. Lee Norfleet. He's going to come down on the 13th and hang out and play some music with us, and he will be back with Ava on... My phone is almost dying on me. On the 18th, we're going to do a live show or pre-record, probably both. And then we're going to have 13th and Lafayette on Monday the 20th. And then we got Roy Lillard and the Oklahoma Chill coming down on the 25th. And on August 1st, we got Neva Night, Gypsy Night coming down to hang out and do a show. So we're booked out all the way to August. Thank y'all all for your support and helping us make this happen.
I thought I was busy. and,
Yep.
and again, folks, if you for those of you who follow this show regularly, thank you for tuning in tonight.
Thank you
If
so
you
much.
follow me and you just happen to stumble in because I'm here, give it a like, give it a follow. Please subscribe. Help these guys out because they're doing yeoman's work out here in eastern Oklahoma, and we owe it to them to support the people that support us. So I appreciate that. Thank you in advance.
Well, we've had a wonderful time with you and your music this evening. You've been such great company. And here's one thing I love about singer-songwriter type stuff in the studio and broadcasting it. It's the easiest setup for me to plug in and run sound on.
I have a fantastic crew when I go out on the road, me, myself, and I.
Yeah. Those three people can get you in a lot of good situations and bad situations.
And a lot of trouble, yeah.
Me, myself, and I. I want to give a big shout out again to Nissan of Muskogee. Hey, thank you, Greg Stout, for all you do for us. Thank you, Nissan of Muskogee, for all you do for us. And it's not just cars. Go down there and talk about service, oil changes, getting your tires taken care of, making your car run strong all year long, and support the companies who support local community and local musicians and local music out there, and keep it alive. It's through building community through music here in Oklahoma like I haven't seen just about in a lot of places. Use music to bring people together. That's what it's all about. It's a vibration, and that's what our goal is too. Whether you're blues, funk, soul, singer-songwriters, jam bands, heavy metal, we've had some metalheads on the show before, and we've had, really nice gospel-y stuff. So it's a wide variety. If you don't like one show, you might like another show. And hey, Mr. Tommy Akers, how you doing out there, Mr. Chase Prince? I will see you tomorrow. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Do you want to do one more song?
Yeah,
before we call it?
we'll send you out with us.
Everybody give Mr. Dave Laurence a big round of applause here and thank him for coming out on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure to be here. So grateful for your helping the community here and trying to be a small part of that. Oh, this is, ooh,
There it is.
it's humid. No, it wasn't it. This will be worth the wait, I promise.
It's the AC in here. It's cold.
Close enough. All right. By the way, thank you to Josie, engineer back there. She's not on camera, but she's making us look good and sound good, and we thank you for that. Appreciate you.
We love you and thank you.
All right, so I'm going to leave you with the title cut from my second record that came out in 2015. This is my take on online dating. Your mileage may vary.
That's how me and my wife met. It was online dating.
All right. So for most of you, your mileage may vary, and for some of you, based on this song, I hope it does. You two are fine, but there, we found the lost chord. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with a song called Analog Soul. It's a brand new digital world. You can hold it in your hand. When it comes down to boy meets girl, I'll never understand. They say the game is new and improved. I've seen it all and I don't feel moved. So many options for you to explore. But isn't anybody true anymore? You search for instant gratification is gonna drive you berserk. 'Cause if you really wanna feel the elation, you gotta put in the work. 'Cause modern love makes me feel like a clown. Maybe broken, but I'm not broken down. I'm not over the hill, I'm not past my prime, but I was made for an earlier time. I've got an analog soul, turn me on and warm me up a while. Analog soul, play me loud and let me make you smile. You may want something more up to speed. Look again, 'cause I'm just what you need. Me and this analog soul. Now, I may show some signs of age, but at this price, I'm a steal. You can have the kind of love that's warm and rich and real. Show me how you use me. Take the sound and make it whole. Prove to me you're worthy, and I'll let you take control of this analog soul. Boom cha. It's a brand new digital world. It's a great time to be alive. Ones and zeros are not so forgiving, but an old soul can survive. I don't have all the whistles and bells. In the end, it's the sound that sells. So try me out if you like what you hear. Well, I can take you back to yesteryear. I've got an analog soul. Turn me on and warm me up a while. Analog soul. Play me loud and let me make you smile. You may want something more up to speed. Look again, 'cause I'm just what you need. I'm just what you need. Hey, I'm just what you need. Me and this analog soul.
Oh, beautiful stuff. I like it.
Thank you.
I like it. Good. Just want to switch to that count. There you go. Hey, everybody. Thank you again for hanging out with us and listening to some great music. Go check this guy out wherever he's playing at, Dave Laurence Music, and you're going to love it. I've had a great time listening to this tonight. And thank you again, Josie, and there for pushing the buttons and moving the cameras about and not throwing things at us. We love you.
Thank you so much for having me in. Appreciate you all. Thank you for tuning in tonight.
We love you, everybody. Stay blessed, and we will talk to you next Monday. Cut!